Now, it is time for me to honor my word!
Let me introduce you to Okay, let's try that again. Let me introduce you to Kamisato Ayaka, who is our next Genshin Impact 5-star character. And she will be the first 5-star banner, or well, main character in the banner when Genshin Impact 2.0 is going to launch. So that is really cool. Yeah, I noticed that a lot of people are very enthusiastic about Ayaka, others not so much. I thought when I looked at the Genshin Impact forums, opinions on her were a bit divided. Some people were like, take all my money and I definitely want her, and others are like, I should skip if I were you. So I wanted to discuss her myself, and yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So Ayaka here is a Cryo character, and she fights with a sword, and she is basically a DPS character. She is not the most selfish, but she needs active time to be good. She doesn't have support abilities. She's not a passive character. And besides being a DPS focused character, she's also very much cryo focused, because she can infuse her normal and charged attacks with cryo as well. And yeah, her elemental abilities are also really good to cast cryo on lots of enemies. So she is very much cryo based. So if you have artifacts that can maximize her cryo damage, then she's gonna be a really good cryo fighter. And finally, the most, I think, noticeable thing about Ayaka is that she has a sprint ability, a special sprint ability, much like Mona's. When Ayaka uses her sprint ability, she covers herself in some kind of cryo misty clouds, and then she goes like a and so it will make her very evasive, and she can also move through water, and it makes her super evasive in combat. And whenever she like ends this ability, she infuses her sword with cryo, and then all her normal attacks do cryo as well. And unlike Mona, when Ayaka uses it to go through water, whenever she jumps out of this special mode, she will stand on frozen water, on the ice. So she doesn't like drown immediately, although the ice will still disappear, but that makes her even more like powerful. I just realized if Mona and Kaya made a child, then they would get Ayaka. So, and finally, let's take a quick look at the elemental skill and elemental bursts. They look really cool. The first one summons like this frost flake form from the ground up, and it will launch enemies and cast cryo on them and stuff. And the burst is these 3 icy thingies, and if you level up her constellation, it will become 5 icy thingies. But yeah, for most of us it will remain 3, and those 3 icy thingies, they move forward, they hit every enemy in their path, and then they explode. And yeah, they will also deal a lot of cryo damage. So yeah, that sums up Ayaka, I think. But is she any good? That is the question. So personally, I feel like yes, she's good, but I understand why some people don't like her so much. I see a lot of people that are very enthusiastic about her are mostly enthusiastic because of her design, her looks, which I get, because I also think she looks really great. And it will also just be fun to have an Inazuma character. I don't have Kazuha on my team yet, so would be cool if I could pull her. But the hate is more like coming from her abilities, and it seems to be mostly because people don't think she's that special, and I get that, because I kind of agree that she doesn't stand out as much as other characters. She doesn't have a super special ability besides the sprint, but Mona also has that sprint, so it's not totally unique. But even though I agree that she's not the most unique 5-star character to be added ever, she is still really good, and I think you should take note that she has the second highest base attack in the game, together with Eula, and only surpassed by Xiao. So I do really believe that she's going to be powerful, and I also really like that she's quite easy to build and quite easy to use. If you just use that artifact set that focuses on increasing her cryo, then she will be very powerful. I think that Ayaka had a little bit of bad luck because we had the Ganyu and the Eula banner not that long ago. So it feels like there's a lot of 5-star cryo going on right now. But then again, many people don't have Ganyu or Eula or any other good cryo 5-star on their team yet. Or any good sword fighter for that matter. So I think it's not a reason for most players to not pull for Ayaka. And on top of that, cryo is a really strong element, and she will be great in combination with a good hydro or a good electro. Easy to understand, easy to build, easy to use. So I really don't see any downsides to her. So besides the fact that she isn't that special, but you know, who cares? So I personally am gonna pull for Ayaka probably, but it will also depend on the 4 stars on her banner, and they aren't known just yet, I think. So gonna depend on that as well. But yeah, I would definitely like to have her on my team. Also because I don't have Eula or Ganyu. I have a 5-star cryo, but it's Chi-Chi, and although she's also cryo and also fights with a sword, she plays very, very differently, and she is more of a support, so that won't clash with Ayaka. And I don't have that many great DPS characters anyway. I recently pulled Klee, so that's great. But my go-to main DPS is still Razor, so I just really like Razor. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Let's hope you all pull Ayaka in the next few weeks.